Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Ask the Experts. I'm Jeff Nebaum with your Better Business Bureau, and today we're going to have the pleasure of talking with Pauline Stark from SCORE. Pauline is the Assistant District Director for SCORE in Nebraska, and she will talk about some of the resources that SCORE can offer new businesses, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. Pauline, thanks for joining with us.
Well, thank you, Jeff. It's a pleasure to be here. We're pleased to be a part of this and to be able to help businesses as they're going through this virus issue. So are we ready to get started?
I think we are.
Okay, if you'd put up that first slide. Just for those who may not be aware of what SCORE does and who we are, we're an affiliate of the SBA. And we work closely with them, and we work, as you mentioned, with entrepreneurs, with small businesses, not only those who are in business, but startups. And then we work with businesses that may be transitioning from one phase to the next. And what we do is we do counseling, and it's free, and they can call us, and we can be their business coach, and we can help them get advice on what they're dealing with and going through. And right now, some of the businesses may feel like it's a pretty lonely time for them. Who do they talk to? Who do they use as a resource? What do they do? And that's one of the really great things about SCORE. As you mentioned, we're Nebraska-based right now, but we're also a national organization with over 300 chapters throughout the country. And within Nebraska, and then we also help out Council Bluffs too, because they're real close neighbors. But what we do is we have over 70 certified counselors within Nebraska, or Omaha area actually, and they have all ranges of experience and knowledge to help the businesses as they come in and have questions. So any business who wants to use the SCORE resources can be assured that they'll get someone who can talk with them about the issue they're dealing with, whether it's starting up business or where do I find financing, or how do I work with HR? What the dickens do I do when I need to do this SBA loan, and where do I go from there? And if it's not an SBA loan, where do I find other financing? The SCORE mentors and counselors are well versed in all these areas. We don't charge for our counseling. We give back because we've all been there. We've started businesses, we run businesses, we know what it's like to be a small business and need some help. So when you look at SCORE, when we say it's for the life of your business, so any business that wants to talk about where they're at, what they're struggling with, they can give SCORE a call and we'll help them with counseling. One of the other things that we do is we provide low cost or no cost education and training, because sometimes you just need a place that you can learn something that you didn't know. You don't have a lot of time, maybe not a lot of money to go do it if you're a small business, and that's where SCORE excels.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's a great program. And then we're not done yet. Can you believe it? There's a third thing that we do, and that is we provide an online resource that has all kinds of free templates and resources that businesses can tap into 24/7. I know as a small business owner that I don't work 8 to 5 every day. So sometimes I need a resource I can go to in the middle of the night or after hours or before hours. And that's what SCORE does. We have templates. We have online webinars that are done live, or we have online webinars that are recorded, and we have blogs, and we have all kinds of resources that a small business owner or startup person would just go in and do a research of our library and find help when they need it. So those are the three areas that we really specialize in, and I can't say enough about the mentoring that they can receive there, because I know that's where, when I started my small business, that's where I went. And it was so valuable, because we're business coaches. We don't charge for it. We just help you out. So if you go to the next slide, Jeff. Again, free, confidential coaching and we know that it's important that our clients understand that everything they tell us is confidential. They can ask us questions and know that it's not going any further. We all go through an ethics certification program before we become a certified counselor, and that's one of the things, is to honor our clients and make sure that their information is confidential. What we really do is they come in and tell us what they'd like to talk about that day, where they need help, and that's where we start. Maybe it's they need to figure out if some things change within the city, that who do they call? Who do they contact with all these changes that are going on? What do they do? And that's where we can help them. If we don't know the answer, we know where to go to get the answer. And so maybe they're saying, wow, maybe I can't get an SBA loan right now for whatever reason, but are there other areas that I can get some financing? And we've got relationships with micro lenders and with other lenders and providers that we can help them and guide them through that. And you know, one of the important things is those lenders, they have some rules they have to follow too. And one of those is they usually want a business plan or an idea of how you're going to pay that loan and how you're going to support it. We're very strong in helping our clients figure that out and lay it out so that the lenders are comfortable when the client goes to them. So we help them out there. And you know, one of the things, Jeff, that I stress a lot, that how we can help small businesses right now while they're going through this challenge. But one of the things I like to do is encourage them to look forward, because this is going to end. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I would like for them to do is know that at SCORE, we can help them start planning on how they should survive, not only now, but how they can come out strong when this is ended and they hit the ground running.
Well,
and sometimes...
that was actually one of my questions is, how are you mentoring during the quarantine?
How are we mentoring? Oh, great question. What we can do, because just like the businesses have had to change their method of operation. Mm-hmm. I mean, for example, Takeout Tuesday for restaurants.
Yep.
SCORE has expanded our counseling services, and we're not doing face-to-face because of all the regulations right now, but we can do email, we can do phone, and we can do GoToMeetings or Zoom or any kind of FaceTime that the client is comfortable with. So what we've done is said, you tell us how you would like to counsel and talk, and we'll make it happen. So we're there when they need us.
Great.
Okay. So one of the things, Jeff, that I get asked a lot from small businesses is, what can I do while I'm going through this? I mean, they know they have to look at their finances. They know they have to deal with their HR. They know all of that, but they're saying, how can I still stay in touch with my clients? And you know what? That's vital, because you don't want your clients to forget you, and you want them to be prepared to do services when this ends. So we at SCORE are positioned to talk to them about how to do some marketing right now that is comfortable for the client and their clients, because right now many of the business clients don't want to be pushed on marketing. They want to be understood and supported. So we help them with that, and then we say, okay, let's talk about what we want to do when this ends and how we can position you to really regroup and build your business as strong as it can be. So we're there on lots of levels.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, I had another question actually.
Great.
If I was a business, can I get help with business problems that aren't related to the crisis right now?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. In fact, we would love that. We're still working with entrepreneurs who are wanting to start up, and businesses that are writing a business plan so that they can be prepared. And so definitely, we'll do workshops right now that pertain to QuickBooks and marketing and those things that you need to run your business just on a day-to-day basis. And if you're struggling with something in HR, or you're struggling with who do I talk to on this legal issue, or what do I do here, we're definitely there, even if it's not related to the coronavirus, definitely.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, because when we've talked to businesses, we said that the storm will settle. Like this
Yeah.
will go away. And I think more than ever, people are gonna really want to experience life and get out and not sit at home anymore, because that's what we've been doing for the last
Right.
2 weeks to a month. And I think people are going to want to go out and take those trips and support those small businesses and really kind of live life. And
Right.
so it's great to have that plan and keep going, and not say you don't have to pause, but you can just work on other stuff that is not related to the public. For instance, it's more internal. Um,
That's that's exactly right, Jeff, because this will end.
mhm.
And while we're seeing a lot of people who are supporting the businesses now every way they can, when this is over, everybody's going to getting back into full force as quickly as they can.
At the beginning of the our talk, you said that you had about 70 mentors. Who exactly are your mentors, and how do I know I can trust them?
Ah, we get that question quite a bit because starting a business is a very scary thing, and you want to make sure you're trusting it to people who know what they're doing. And one of the things that SCORE does is before we ever sign up a counselor is they need to go through online certification. They need to go through interviews with multiple people at SCORE so that we know that they are going to have the client's best interest at heart. And so they do that. But even when we're looking for counselors and mentors, what we look for are people who have started and run their own business,
Hmm.
or they have managed um, maybe groups and organizations within a large business, because that's kind of like running your own business. And we have a really strong mix of mentors who are retired, who are still working in the workforce, because, that helps everybody stay in tune. And they have all kinds of skill sets across the board. So we have a point of our mentors and their skill set. And we work very hard to make sure that we can match the needs of our clients.
Great. Um, are you able to help Spanish speaking businesses?
I'm so glad you asked that, because for a long time we weren't very good at it.
Hmm.
But I'm so encouraged to tell you that we have added some new mentors that are bilingual. They're initially their first language is Spanish. And so they are helping the rest of us support our Hispanic clients and break that language barrier. So we're not only doing one in Spanish and one-on-one, but we're also working toward doing a lot of our workshops in Spanish so that we can serve all those clients.
Awesome. Awesome. And so how do people get a hold of you?
Oh, that's great. If you'll go to that next slide, Jeff,
There we go.
here's where you can reach us. Yep. And it's really, you just go onto that home.score.org and you can mentor, or you can just reach out and say, can I call somebody and talk to them? No, I want to know these things. And that's why we put that note at the bottom of the screen. So if they want to call our office directly and talk to our assistant, they're very good about helping connect businesses or startup businesses with a SCORE counselor. And there's a team that way. One of the other things that we're really excited about, and this is in addition to our standard, which is right in the middle of that screen, you'll see that we've got an coronavirus resource area. And so our clients, or maybe if they're not even a client yet, can go in there and check those resources and know that it's up to date and will give information that they need. So we want to make contacting SCORE as easy for them as possible.
Great.
So they can do it online or they can do it by. So
Great.
I could talk all day about SCORE, Jeff, because I'm pretty excited about how we can help businesses. But I want to make sure if you had any other, can get them answered.
No, that's all the questions I had. I just think SCORE is a great organization because businesses, whether you're, small or just starting out as an entrepreneur or medium, even big businesses are searching for answers. And so it's very encouraging to see that you are such a great resource and can help people deal with not only the crisis for their business, but obviously the other just problems and situations and scenarios that come up with starting a business or running a small business outside of a crisis. So I can't thank you enough for joining us and explaining and talking about some of the resources that you offer, and hopefully people will take advantage of your resources. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're so welcome, Jeff. And I just have to give one more plug for SCORE. If you want a counselor, if you need some training or education, or you're just looking for resources, SCORE is your first go-to. For your business, give us a call. We'd love it. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of this today.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Well, that was Pauline Stark with the Assistant District Director of SCORE, giving us some great resources. As always, you can follow the Better Business Bureau on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Today with BEB, or on LinkedIn by searching us at Better Business Bureau Omaha if you're here in Nebraska, or Better Business Bureau Inc. if you're outside of our service area. And tune in soon. We will bring you another Ask the Experts. And thank you for joining us.